I hope my objective is to share my passion about text analytics. I hope you, at the end of this webinar, you will know more about text analytics. And so don't worry if you don't get all the basic knowledge about this topic. There will be other webinars or more technicals about it. So the objective is really to give you basic knowledge and give you insight about this market. So everybody see the screen? My screen?
Yeah.
Yes? Oh, okay. So let's start. So, okay. Okay. Just a few minutes. Okay. So what's the program today? So first I'm going to introduce market, how big data and text analytics has exploded these recent years. Then we'll more focus on unstructured data. So, and we'll give some basic knowledge or definition, but we'll have a quick look about the history also. But really to give you a more examples is to give you a more visual way of what is text analytics today. It's better to give you as much. I will try to give you as much example and use cases as I can. I will see challenges, all the challenges and opportunities inside the market of text analytics. And then we'll have a quick look about among the players and the leaders in the text analytics market. And then we'll see how big data can be used for sentiment analysis, and we'll show you a little demonstration of our product. So let's start. So hello everyone. First, so I like to start with that story. So what was the first the first message sent over the internet? So in 1969, so a few students from UCLA, few students from UCLA tried to send the message login between two computers thanks to internet devices. But after just typing two letters, the system crashed, and just the word low was sending over the internet. So we can say that the first message sent over the internet was low. So, but since that, we have done a lot of progress, and today we can say that more than 2 million of emails are sent each second on the internet. So big data is really taking a huge place now, and from just two letters we are reaching a huge amount of message sending every second. So we'll see in just 1 second what kind of data can be launched from social media. So you can have a quick look at this number, and this we can see that the amount of data launched of data unstructured or not unstructured is going to reach in 2020 for 44 zettabytes. So it's really a huge amount, and just everyone talks about it. So you can also you can so see that over the last 2 years we have generated 90% of the world's big data. So in just the past 2 years, we are generating more data than just since 1969. But what about this data? So I talk about what social media, but this data is mostly unstructured. So 85% of this business data is unstructured within the company, and 19% of this data is you can find it in text format. So the problem is not the lack of data. So you have plenty of data to analyze, but only 20% is analyzed by companies. So it's our responsibility to give techniques to really understand how we can process automatically the data, and mostly the unstructured data, so textual data. So every day you can see that a lot of textual data is not only about social media. You can find textual data on online newspapers. So here are the two most used websites in India. You can see also we are launching a lot of resume on the website Naukri. And we are for legal cases, so we are making a lot of use, a huge use of text analytics in legal cases. So all these examples need text analytics. All this example is not only about social media. You can find also interview notes, scanned documents. All that data is unstructured, and you need to analyze it. So let's have a look to the definition of text analytics. So text analytics is not only one technology. It's not just one black box when you put text in that and you give insights. Okay, it's the practice of semi-automatically aggregating and exploring textual data. So the objective is to gain insight from your unstructured data. So to move from complicated data to a simply insight. And thanks to technology and industry knowledge, and some techniques as clustering or information extraction, also information retrieval. So it's not only about one technology; it's about the convergence of many techniques, and to have the most as much meaning as possible. So let's see. Let's have a quick look at their story. So the first mention of text analytics was in 1958. So it was done by IBM. And after that, so we began to so text analytics began to have a more and more interest, gain more and more popularity. So the first use of text analytics was in information extraction, like we really want to gather all the information like a dictionary. You want to gather a lot of definition and easily have a quick look to this definition. So information, that's the idea of information retrieval. It's like Google. So you want to have a quick understanding of what you want to look. And so the first use case was mainly in information extraction. But then comes internet. And with internet, we have done text analytics began to really develop and exploit its potential. So we start to do web crawling to gather a lot of information from many websites. And we start to do web mining. And thanks to internet, so since the boom of internet, we have done a lot of major innovation like machine learning. And we began to really exploit the potential of text analytics and deploying it to marketing and gather data from call center and survey groups. And now the value of the text analytics market is expecting to reach 6.5 billion. So we have come a long way to reach this level. And now we are so many data, so many sectors to explore, and we need to understand how text data can be useful for us. So I will give you as much use case as I can. So my focus is really to not make the this concept unclear is really in fact it's really simple to understand. It's really I think in your everyday life you are facing at least one use cases each day, or maybe more. So let's see what are the opportunities in each sector, and we'll see also have a quick look to some success stories in each sector. So let's first begin with healthcare. So healthcare is a huge sector for text analytics. So as we said before, doctors are prescribing a lot of prescription, are giving a lot of prescription every day, and they need to quickly remember the information they give, and so that's how text analytics can be useful. We can also in area of research, so in for example in clinical trials, they use a lot of so that's the process before to test medicine. So before to test it to patients, you have to make a lot of invoices, a lot of contract, and that's really a huge process where you have the data, so the contract you have is really technical. But as it's repetitive, you can easily implement automatic tools that can easily analyze that data and exploit the useful data. And regulatory compliance is one of the most use cases in healthcare. So So I will show you one of the best the best player in that market. So Linguamatics is a big player. So they are especially focused on healthcare sector. So they are, for example, they are giving like question answering. So you ask a question immediately, they will look to the information and give you immediately the answer. So they are also gathering a lot of data from literature, and they help to solve many diseases. They have helped to solve the Ebola disease. Just tracking what was the molecule affecting this disease, and for example, they have done like use cases upon patient stratification. So they use text analytics to make the best profile of patient, and so it's easier to patients to have a quick look and make a better analysis. And it's really helpful for not only for the company, for the hospitals, but only for all the sectors. So let's have a quick look at the opportunities in retail. So for example, Walmart is having Walmart is the best retailer in the world. Is gathering 2.5 petabytes of data every hour, and then they can stay leader on the market because they can get insight from them from that data. And retail is one of the most one of the sector where ad technology is the most used, because every day you have people in the shop buying, and needs of customer are changing every day. You can also use text analytics in that sector for competitive intelligence. Means you can track trends on the market. You can also see what are the the change among the competitors. So so you have a huge data to exploit. Sometimes the data is too much. Netflix, for example, so I know that everybody know about Netflix. So they use text analytics to improve their subtitles. So their objective was to use text analytics in order to see what kind of decision, to see the impact of their decision among their customers. So they really focus on social media analytics to see what was the overall sentiment about one services, what about our streaming service, and they, thanks to text analytics, they have succeeded to improve their product. In banking, it's mainly text analytics. It's mainly used for fraud detection and for regulatory compliance. So you have a lot of regulatory compliance involve a lot of evidence material and expert knowledge. So it's really you have to involve a lot of important people who have this particular knowledge of banking, but at the same time you have to analyze quantity of documents, and you can make this process automatic and save a lot of time, but also a lot of expert and important people. One of best good example in that sector was the Bank of England. So they use Twitter analytics to find and to predict if after the Brexit, so if people will withdraw quantity of money from banks, from a Scottish financial institution, and they succeed in that objective. They can really, they have succeeded to predict that they will face a huge withdrawal in that area, and that's really a good example of text analytics banking. Another area that's really meaningful and really representative is the public area. So especially in Europe, this recent year, you have a lot of, so terrorism have been really huge, and so in order to track easily terrorists, and because terrorists have really special profiles, so Europol have been using Cloud Bridge tool to find terrorists, and special to know if people were dangerous, like if they spent 5 years in Afghanistan at least, or if then would have like a dangerous past, or like a driving license. So you have to make really special profile in that area, and track them. It's easy to you have to gather a lot of database, and to track them. Text analytics, it can be useful. For NASA, it has been useful to scan huge amount of documents in the purpose to improve the airline safety. And so in government especially, it's really useful, and these recent years, and also for fraud detection as banking. So fraud detection, you can see link textual data with numeric data. So the textual data add more context to your numbers and can be add more meaningful. So it's really the combination of these two kind of data that can add another value to your insight. So let's have a quick look to challenges. There have a lot of challenges, but I will focus. Especially, I forget to tell. So if you want more insight about more details about application in text analytics, so you can read my blog on the website of Ellicium. Actually, we published 2 blogs on unstructured data. You can read it and give me feedback as well. So we'll have quick look among the challenges in text analytics. So I will focus on the second one, so handling heterogeneous data source and velocity. So when you when you analyze the textual data, there is no fixed format. So you can have data in image in JSON format, text data in PDF, but you have first to convert that data before to analyze it. So for example, for OCR, so the process of scan documents, so you have to scan the documents, and then you have to convert it in PDF, and then in image, and then only in text format. So it takes time. It's not only puts, as I said before, puts text data in a black box, and then get the insight from it. Then another challenge is the language analyzing that huge amount of documents. So most of the time it's language is the language used by the tool analytics tools are in English, but people are looking for more and more languages. So you can also use all the potential. So imagine just a tool able to analyze all the Indian language, and could be really awesome. But really, people are looking about it. So multiple language also, it takes time, and you need also some API to make it possible. And another challenge is varying style of usage of language. I've been, for example, I've been doing my thesis on crowdfunding. So crowdfunding is really a funding project, funding projects thanks to the crowd. And I've been studying a lot of conversation of projects, so where you have a lot of interaction between the project leaders and the contributors, and every single conversation has a different vocabulary. And you see in your WhatsApp conversation, you have different vocabulary from group to group. And really, to understand the meaning of that, it takes time. It takes you have to have a good NLP, and extract the meaning of that is not taking just a few minutes, but taking more time. So that's a really big challenge, and I invite you to take a look about the other challenge. So just now have a look to the text analytics market. So this market, so we'll see really big players. Okay, we'll see. You can have a quick view about the technology market. So this market, as I said before, is expected to reach 6.5 billion by 2020, and the huge leaders are CloudBridge, or big firma CloudBridge, IBM, SAS, and they can provide really broad tools with all the features in every sectors. For example, Ligmatics is only focused in one sector in healthcare, but this tool is maybe more effective, more focused. And most of the time you have the tool proposed by leaders, so they are really effective, but you have to train before to use it, and it takes a lot of time. It's just not use the tool and get insight from it. So you have a lot. So you can find also a lot of players now. It's like Engos, Setuma, or NetAll, Meaning Cloud. They try to provide an ease of use tool where you just have to put your data into the workflow and get insight from it, because unstructured data is already complicated. So what you want to do with it is get simple insight from it. So what we want to do at Ellicium is to make the customer experience really simple as possible, and to propose like a good an attractive user interface, a good dashboard. But you know, there is no training required to use our tool, and that's really what the user wants using text analytics. So they want really to get insight as fast as they can. So now I will let the floor to Kunal. He will show you the demonstration of a demo. So text analytics can be also more clear in your mind. So thanks for having hear me, and it was really a pleasure. So I let the floor to Kunal. Thanks.
Hello. Yep. So, as I said earlier, we have a product called Gadfly, which is a text analytics platform. So it can. So what kind of data you can feed into it? You can feed social media streams. You can feed in reviews of consumer businesses. You can also feed email exchanges, legal documents, and interview notes and meetings. So anything which is in text format, you can scan it and feed into this particular product. So how you do it? So Gadfly is a, as I said, it is a platform. So we are designed it in a very different way where you do not need any kind of practice or other training. So this is, you can analyze resumes and all. So this is the dashboard. You can log in into it. So you can, here you can enter the project name, project title, and description. So we did this for IPL sentiment analysis. So we had fed in different IPL related social media streams. You can drag it. So we selected Twitter feed of anyway we selected certain keywords as well. So here you can apply other machine learning algorithm to it. So Twitter stream we selected, it will go through all the Twitter streams and after applying the data science model. So it is nothing but the algorithm which is applied to Twitter conversations. And after doing all this, you can see the result on the reports part. So another use of it is for document classification, which is a very important text analytics application where you classify documents according to their relevance. And we have done it for one of our clients where we classified legal documents based upon their etymology. And as I said, for that we had to feed in many websites where we used to get those websites to the Gadfly, download documents on those websites, convert those documents into text and classify them. So this was done using Gadfly. This was another good example of text analytics. So as I said, Gadfly is very self-intuitive platform. So this is how that particular process was done. That you first need to train those documents for see that what kind of output you want out of it. You need to give some sample documents first. These are the for training, and then feed in other streams. You can schedule things into this particular Gadfly product. As I said, you can see that a schedule is there because it might take time to process all the documents. So you need to schedule the process. And now how you visualize it. So you can see this is IPL sentiment analysis done using Twitter fields, and some amount of Facebook post. And this is how the sentiment looks like. I hope you liked our webinar. In case you have any questions, just you can email us or you can just ask us right away.
I had a question about this
Just a second.
demo which you did.
Yeah, ask, tell me.
So, what are the ways of integrating this product into
I
other
cannot hear
applications?
you.
You cannot hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. What are the different ways of integrating this product into another application?
So as of
Does
now,
it provide like API integrations?
see, as of now, we have not really thought about that from API perspective, but backend is pretty raw. So our aim is to integrate with other systems as well. So even if Gadfly as a product cannot be integrated with other things, its backend is pretty raw and it can be integrated for your systems. So that is what we did for one of our clients, which is LPO.
Okay.
Yep.
And the data sources which you showed in the presentation,
Yep.
they are the only ones which you could integrate with, or you would be planning? Do you have a roadmap of integrating with other data sources
So we
in
do
future?
have roadmap of integrating other data sources as well. So it really depends upon what kind of need is there. If that need is
Okay.
very pertinent, we'll definitely integrate those data sources. So at the end of it, aim is to, I mean, use Gadfly as a data service, because as of now, you cannot really scrap all the tweets. You need to, because Twitter does not give that permission to scrap very year old or maybe 3 4 years old tweets. So aim is to create a database where you can, whenever necessary, you can go there and scrap that data. So yes, definitely we are planning. We have in next version of Gadfly will definitely integrate other data sources.
Right. And how is the deployment model? Is it a cloud solution or is it an on-premise installation too?
So as of now, it is on premise, and in coming days, it will deploy it on cloud as well. Uh, but aim is to be on cloud. So it is going to be a enterprise kind of licensing where you can get access to it by subscribing. So that is the way.
Right. Okay. And what are the components? Do you have a deployment diagram? What are the components of the
So I
deployment?
can, though it is confidential, I can show you what kind of internal technology we are using. I hope you're watching my screen.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So this is the way it is happening right now. That you get, we have
Right.
certain connectors, then you got certain. So here where the uh, cloud will come into picture, and all these internal things are there.
Right.
So
Okay.
in terms of deployment, as of now, wherever you are deployed it is deployed on premise, um, and on their system. So it requires certain amount of hardware facility as well. And second thing about it is always going to be a 70/30 model, where 70% things will be ready on our front, but 30% things need to be modified according to business needs.
Got it. Got it. So with every contract, we basically work with the developers and build the solution, right?
Yes,
That's the model which you.
yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay. Okay. How is the pricing for this?
So as of now,
What is the price?
actually there is no licensing fees or anything. We are really focusing on POCs. So it depends upon the kind of data our client has.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
are you, can you introduce yourself because we did not get opportunity before? Yeah.
Not a problem. Yeah. So I am a technical architect from a company called Optimize,
Okay.
and we are just I'm basically part of the research team where I am analyzing the text analytics and content analysis capabilities for some of our solutions which we want to build.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to basically understand what are the capabilities to generally text analytics solutions provide, and what are the offerings, and what are the best ways to integrate it.
Yep.
Right.
So yeah, I hope we answered your questions. And if you want, we can schedule a one-on-one meeting and see if we can, collaborate somewhere.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Good
Bye.
day. Have a good day.